There's a question. One question. So simple it sounds like a self-help cliche that shows up in nearly every serious piece of research on self-made wealth. Napoleon Hill found it in all 500 of his subjects. Robert Kiyosaki built an entire book around it. And neuroscience has since confirmed exactly why it works at a biological, measurable level. The difference between this question and the one most people are asking isn't motivation. It's neurology. This is part 3, the final part of the series on what 100 millionaires actually have in common. Parts 1 and 2 are linked in the description if you're joining us here for the first time. Let's finish this. There's a single question that Robert Kiyosaki returns to more than any other in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it's deceptively simple. His poor dad, when faced with financial desire or goal, would say, "I can't afford that." His rich dad refused to allow that sentence. Not because it was factually wrong, but because it was a closed question. It ended the thinking. Instead, his rich dad would ask, "How can I afford this?" Now, before you dismiss this as motivational wordplay, understand what is actually happening neurologically when you ask a different question. Your brain is a problem-solving machine. It is constantly, automatically scanning for answers to the questions it is holding. When the question is, "I can't afford that," there is no question. There is a statement. And statements don't generate solutions. They generate confirmation. Your brain goes looking for evidence that you can't afford it, and it finds plenty. When the question is, "How can I afford this?" the brain has an open problem. It begins scanning for solutions, income streams, expense reductions, financing structures, partnerships, skills to develop, information to acquire. Kiyosaki's framework isn't about pretending money isn't limited. It's about understanding that "I can't afford it" is almost never literally true. What's usually true is, "I don't currently know how to afford it." And that's a very different sentence. One is a wall, one is a gap, and gaps can be crossed. Napoleon Hill documented the same principle across all 500 of his subjects, describing it as a habit of reframing every obstacle as a question to be solved rather than a verdict to be accepted. Stanford research on problem solving confirms the mechanism. Open-ended questions reliably activate broader associative thinking than closed statements, meaning literally more the brain engages in the search for solutions. The practical application of this is immediate and costs nothing. Every time you encounter a financial limitation today, a goal that feels out of reach, an investment that seems too large, an income level that feels fixed, replace the statement with the question. Don't say, "I can't invest yet." Ask, "What would I need to learn or change to start investing?" Don't say, "I'll never earn that much." Ask, "What skills, information, or positioning would change my earning ceiling?" Don't say, "I can't afford to take that risk." Ask, "What would make this risk calculable enough to take?" The question changes the direction of your thinking, and the direction of your thinking, sustained over years, changes everything. 3 videos, 5 patterns. Let's bring the whole series into a single framework, with one immediate action for each. Pattern 1, delayed gratification as a compounding strategy. Your action. Identify one spending pattern that is compressing your financial future. One area where the short-term reward is consistently winning over the long-term compound. Name it. Write it down. You cannot redirect what you haven't named. Pattern 2, information asymmetry. Your action. Identify the single most expensive gap in your financial knowledge right now. Is it tax? Investing? Business structure? Your own psychology? Then find one resource, one book, one advisor, one course. That begins to close it. Not 10. 1. Pattern 3, risk reframing. Your action. Take one financial decision you've been deferring, something you've been calling too risky, and calculate the 10-year cost of not doing it. Write the number down. The cost of an action made concrete is often more motivating than any argument for action. Pattern 4, identity level wealth. Your action. Complete this sentence in writing. I am someone who, and finish it with 3 financial identity statements you are choosing to adopt. Not statements that feel true yet. Statements you are choosing to make true. Because identity is not discovered. It is built. Pattern 5, the question. Your action. For the next 7 days, every time you encounter a financial limit, a goal that feels unreachable, an expense that feels fixed, an income that feels capped, replace the statement with a question. How can I? Not I can't. 7 days. Every financial limitation you encounter, notice what your brain starts doing differently. These 5 actions cost nothing. They require no capital, no connections, no luck. They require only the decision to engage with your financial situation at a different level than you have before, which is, as it turns out, exactly how every person in every study covered in this series started. Not with money, with a different way of thinking about it. Here's what I want you to do before you close this video. Pick one of those 5 patterns, the one that landed hardest across this entire series, the one that describes something you've been doing or not doing without realizing it. Write it in the comments. Tell me which pattern you're starting with, because awareness without declaration is just information. Declaration is where the work begins. The Wealth Mindset Starter Kit is in the description, completely free. It includes the money script assessment, the belief origin exercise, and a 30-day evidence tracker. It turns everything in this series into a working document you can use starting today. If you watched all 3 parts and this channel is giving you the kind of financial content you've been looking for, subscribe. Every week we go deeper into the psychology, the research, and the real mechanics of how wealth is built. Next week, the reason your income keeps rising but your savings never do. The psychological phenomenon that causes most people to spend every single income increase they ever receive, and the specific system to interrupt it. It's called lifestyle creep, and it is operating on you right now, whether you know it or not. That video could change how you handle every raise, every bonus, and every income increase you ever receive. Don't miss it. And everyone who's watched all 3 parts of this series, thank you for going deep with us. Every person in every study referenced across this series started in the same place, not with capital, with a decision to understand money differently than the people around them. That decision is available to you right now. See you next week.